Hey everybody, welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're going to do day number 3 update of the AeroGarden herb garden that we're growing for the channel. Thanks for following along so far. Third update, not a heck of a lot going, but we are going, I think, to have some stuff sprouting pretty soon. So we'll check out, after here is we'll check out what herbs are growing, how long they're gonna take, and we'll update you all in this video. So I did have a question though, and I really appreciate the questions as we're going here, because this is new to me too. I have not ever grown one of these indoor herb gardens, AeroGardens inside. So learning as we go here, and I appreciate all your questions. And I had one yesterday after I had the light fiasco keeping me awake at night, setting the light properly yesterday. If you've missed that video, we're doing a series, so I'm updating every day. I will leave them a link to the one the day prior down in the description below. You can check it out, and I will also link it up above so you can check out yesterday's video after you watch this one. So the question I did have though was, how long does the light actually go for? And it's worth to know this because depending on what you're growing, the light will stay on for a different period of time. So I've got this written down here, and it has basically, depending, we're growing the herbs, but there's a few different basically package pods that you can buy for the AeroGarden that have different growing times depending on what you're growing. So if you buy the flower one, the time of the light to be on is 15.5 hours a day. If you buy the veggie package, or it says veggies, I know there's tomatoes, I know there's a pepper package as well. It will go on for 16 hours a day. If you're buying the salad mix, which the very different lettuces, that will be 16.5 hours per day. And if you're growing the herb mixture like we are here, the light will go for 17 hours a day. So when we did the set of the timer yesterday, I have it now set to come on at 6 a.m. and then it will go off at 11. If that is a little bit, it's very bright. So I've got it in the kitchen here on the counter where I am growing it. It's a very open plan. So if you have it somewhere that's open, you may want to move it somewhere where it's in a darker area, or somewhere that you can close off, because it's pretty bright. It's okay here in the summer right now because it's bright outside for a longer period of time, but I can see in the winter time, once the sun goes down earlier, if this thing's going and if it's open and you're trying to watch a movie or something on Netflix, it's super bright. So you're gonna wanna move this somewhere that you can have it in a separate room, closed off, and not be disturbed by the super bright light. I'm gonna probably be moving this after it gets a bit larger, I think, into another room, and we'll do the updates from there, because if it's too bright. So, but just something to be aware of when you're starting your AeroGarden for the first time. Make sure you might want to have it in a separate area. It doesn't need to be in regular direct sunlight with windows, because the lights, the LED lights that are on that's obviously why they're on. That's going to give the nutrients. So you could, in theory, grow this in a dark closet, and it's, as long as the light timer is working and it's got a plug to plug in, it will still grow. And we are starting to grow stuff here. This is again day 3. Not a lot happening, so we'll check that out now. We'll go through what herbs we're actually growing and what the sprout time that it says that we can expect to see some little bit of action from these, because we're getting close to hopefully being able to see a little bit of action happening, so we can have some updates where we see some actual production on these herbs. So that's great. So I appreciate all the questions. I'm learning as we go here. Hopefully you're learning as you go here. If you have questions about an AeroGarden, let me know in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them in one of the next videos. We're doing these videos every day as an update to what, number one, what's happening with the sprouting, hopefully, and the growth, but also we'll try and learn a few things about this as we go. So if you have questions, by all means, add them below. I'll try and answer them in the comments, and hopefully if it's something that I think will be useful to everybody that's watching, I'll do a video on it as well. So let's jump in. We'll take a look at the herbs as we have started here, and we'll take a look at how long until we can expect to see things sprouting. So let's go check these out now. Okay, so here is our AeroGarden, and now I'm gonna raise the light. This light is at the lowest setting right now. It will get raised as the herbs grow, hopefully. But I'm gonna raise that up so we can kind of get a better look at what's growing and what's happening and what we can expect here in the next little bit. So we are growing, again, this is a six pods, and let's go through in kind of order. So it is, we're on the we're on the third day, so 2 full days planted. Now the first one that we should see sprouts for is, and I don't know if the camera's gonna pick this up, but hopefully it will, is the Thai basil. So this says it sprouts in 4 to 7 days. So we should be starting to see some action from this one in the next couple days in there. And then the next ones that will happen is we've got a Genovese Basil, which sprouts in 6 to 12 days. So we should see that one shortly thereafter. And then we have a mint growing, and that sprouts in 6 to 10 days. So that should be one of the next ones as well that we'll see. So I think once we hit kind of the week, we'll start to have a bit more things to look at. Followed with then is there's thyme growing here in front, and that sprouts in 7 to 14 days. And then on the back is dill. This is 8 to 21 days. So that'll be a bit after everything else. And the last one here is curly parsley, and this one says it sprouts between 21 and 28 days. So we're gonna definitely have to be waiting for that one for a little bit, but that'll be kind of fun. We'll get some up, we'll get the first ones going, and then we'll be able to see hopefully the parsley at the last one. And now I have noticed one kind of change is with everything kind of circulating and going is with the domes on top. Now I don't know if you can pick this up, but we're starting to see a bit of condensation on there. So that means it's working. That means things are starting to happen. So there's a few condensation drops on there, and on there was some other ones when I woke up this morning to see, but they've kind of seems to be disappeared. So not there, just on the mint right now. So we might see that one fairly quickly, hopefully. And we'll just show you the screen so you can get an idea on where we're at here. So we have the number you see on the left here. So days planted is 2. So this is the third update. The first day was the setup. So it's been planted for 2 days now, 2 full days. Thyme in the middle, and then the one number on the right is the plant food timer. So 12. This one will the left side will count up, and the one on the right will count down. And what this is counting down to, the plant food timer, is you probably remember at the very beginning we put in some liquid plant food, and this will give us a reminder to put in another 2 capfuls. So we're counting down. We still have 12 days before we have to put in more food and fertilizer, and that just gets, when it's ready, we'll do a video on adding the fertilizer, but it would get put into there's a hole here to put top it up with water. It's still full, obviously not much happening with growing, but then when the time comes when we're getting more foliage, we'll have to really keep an eye on the water to make sure that there's lots of water there. But that's it. So that is the day 3 update, and we should be starting to see some action soon. We'll get the camera right in there when we see some sprouts. So hopefully we'll have the first sprout. It should be, if it's going off of what it says here, it should be the Thai basil, and we should be seeing something in a couple days. So stay tuned, and we will update everybody shortly. Okay, day 3 update done. If you have any questions about the AeroGarden, let me know in the comments down below. We'll do my best to answer them. If you aren't subscribed to the channel already and you want to follow along and see how all this happens here, as I see it, and you want to try and learn to possibly get one AeroGarden on your own and start to grow some herbs, by all means, subscribe. Leave a comment if you have questions. If you did find this video useful, hit the thumbs up, but also don't forget, if you do subscribe, is hit the notification bell. Then you'll get notified when I do post a new video. We're going to be doing updates every day on this AeroGarden, answering your questions, learning as we go here. Hopefully everything grows, and hopefully we'll be able to have some fresh herbs to share in an upcoming live stream, which is what I normally do on this channel. Is we do live cooking streams throughout the week, cooking healthy dinners in under an hour. So another reason to subscribe would be to make sure you catch on some of the live videos where you can interact, ask questions, and watch along live, and possibly even cook along live. So until the next video, I will link yesterday's video at the end of this video, and have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks a lot for watching.